Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV back with another video, and it is time to finally talk about the new 2hollis album. We have Star. This is going to be the first video ever on the channel that we make about 2hollis. Didn't do any prior reactions. Sorry, I have pistachios in my teeth. 1 second. Didn't really do any single reactions. I listened to Jeans, I listened to Trauma. I've listened to a lot of the stuff he's come out with. But you guys know, you guys should know if you watch my streams and stuff. I used to have 2hollis as my Discord background. I've been listening to 2hollis for probably a year and a half, I'd say, and at first I was only familiar with a few songs, like I mentioned earlier, but now I've really dove into some of his music, and I really like Boy, the album before Star, really like that, and I'm not sure if I like this album better than that one, because man, that album was fucking incredible. 2 wasn't bad. It had Poster Boy, the huge track of his that made it on I think it was FIFA, was it? I never really listened to White Tiger since it was sort of before my fandom. I know that's kind of a sin. If you're a 2hollis fan, you kind of have to listen to White Tiger because that's what really gave him his name and all that stuff. 2hollis has really shot his way into the stratosphere, seriously, having producer credits on some unreleased Cardi tracks, going on tour with Ken Carson, working with the likes of Ian, having some tours of his own, all of this stuff. He's had a really good last year and a half. Obviously his mom being associated with Skrillex really helped him, especially in this EDM space. But he has a lot of hip-hop appeal as well, and that was really all his doing. That was really all his style. His amazing beats from Trauma to Jeans to Gold really has that distorted hip-hop underground appeal that I talk about on this channel so much, and I review so many albums of. It's kind of a crime now that I think about it that I never did an Osama-san video, by the way. Love that album. He produces all of his beats basically himself, and that is something especially in the hip-hop space that people value a lot, and I mean a lot. Also, thank God I didn't hear any leaks except for the one he played at Lala when I went. We will get to that song here shortly. For this video, I wanted to kind of take a more general approach to how I review this because I feel like his music isn't meant for track by track analysis. It's really just one big party and I'm here for it. Now, I will definitely go track by track to an extent, but it's not like I'm just going to be oh, I like this lyric, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be a little more general with this album review. So let's go. So the album opens off in an amazing way. As the first 3 tracks, it's probably my favorite 3-track run on this album. So much insane momentum in those first 3 tracks. Beginning really sets the scene for Flash, and it's just so atmospheric, and I feel like that is something that applies to this album and to Hollis's music in general. He's a very atmospheric guy. Perfect transition on there, and there's a few of the transitions on here. I will get to them soon. Love all the noises on beginning too, the rain, the car zooming, the instrumental, the signature Minecraft fireworks. It's such a fun way to open an album. Great way to open a show too. And you guys are going to notice when I talk about 2hollis, you really have to keep in mind the live setting and when you listen to him as well, because 2hollis live is an absolute blast. I totally recommend it. It's way better. Most music's better live than listening to it on your headphones. For 2hollis especially, I feel and a lot of EDM artists that just kind of create that sonic experience. It's awesome, and when you can enjoy it with other people that like the same music you do, it's crazy. Flash is a pretty standard 2hollis song on the surface, but I mean, his melodies are at an all-time high here, and the build up to the otherworldly drop is insane. He has really good vocals on this album in general. Now, Crush and Sister and all that stuff off of Boy is great, but he steps it up even further here. I feel it's house, it's EDM, dance, electronic, all in one sitting. Some of these songs really make me think that Drake's Honestly Nevermind could have been so much better. Seriously, the house stuff he does here, it's done to damn near perfection. He does a great job with it. The changes in pace on Flash keep you on your toes. It's a great song. Such an uplifting, good feeling song as well. The glitchiness, really cool. Always loved that about kind of the hyperpop era, I guess, that you have with this. Cope is great. Decent beat. Almost takes a poppy dance direction to it. And there is a lot of pop appeal on this album, even more than some of 2hollis' previous work. So I think that's cool as well. Again, the melodies are at his greatest, even interpolating Alessandro and Tovolo's legendary 2015 single Heroes, one of the greatest songs ever made. So hearing those 4 words just almost makes you want to tear up. It's so beautiful. I love that he included that as an interpolation on this track. Couldn't tell you exactly who he reminds me of, but this song has that early 2010s pop vibe to it, and again, a couple of songs of his have that. His shouting and his energy with his vocals adds so much to each and every one of these tracks. Man, the sound quality and the mixing is perfect throughout this album. Getting Into You, very cool. It's clubby, dancey, that sort of thing. A bit generic though compared to the other material on the record. Definitely a bop though. That one's okay. Tell Me is fun as well. It's got this funky touch, this funk, the Brazilian funk type. It's a party. I mean, I'm having a great time listening to a song like that. The song doesn't skip a beat. Love the drop on it. Destroy Me is okay. I guess very Rocket League-ish. Like, when people say he makes Rocket League music, these are the type of tracks that they're kind of talking about, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Destroy Me sort of redeems itself with the piano outro, but Burn is a banger, I will say. I love that track. And that's a track that it took me a couple of listens to really click with, but I really like Burn. Burn is great. Awesome melodies once again. Track is incredible. Tough beat. Love it. Very hip-hop influenced. Yes, this mix right here on Burn is exactly the type of 2hollis music I'm looking for. Now I get it. He has EDM roots, and his mom, again, worked with Skrillex, so he was kind of exposed to that type of music early on in his life. But this mix right here on Burn, it's perfect. It's the Jeans type of songs, the Trauma, even Gold. Like, style is weird. I don't really know, man. I think that's a great mix. Again, every song in here is just stacked to the brim with great sonics. I couldn't expect anything less from 2hollis. Crazy drop on Burn. I can't even comprehend what's going on some of these songs. White Tiger roaring at the end of the track. And then you get to Girl. It's probably my favorite song. I love the deep bass. I love the dope melody on it. Gives me a We Paid vibe in that aspect with the bass. This man is good. He's a great artist. Great hi-hats on here. Cool car throughout the album as well. Getting into Dream Rain Sports. I don't know why he didn't rap on that beat. I don't know why he just put an instrumental on it. I'm not extremely opposed to artists putting instrumentals on albums, but if you want to do that, do it like on your own terms. Do it on a separate album. Make an instrumentals album if you want. But on an album where you have vocals on literally every other song, I don't understand what the point of that was. Maybe it was an intermission. Maybe it was like connecting the tracks thematically, but I didn't really see that. Nice is okay, but probably my least favorite, or at least up there. The transition lulled way too long from the previous track. Chorus is weak on that song. I don't know. Nerve is great too, and that's the song he previewed at Lollapalooza when I went, so it's crazy to think that a track carried that far along in his recording process. That song was, shoot, like 6-7 months in the 6-7 months in the making. Perfect concert song. I love this shit. It sounds generic to an extent. Like, Nerve definitely sounds like a very like a generic electronic song, but it takes you back to the time like when he performed it, so it was cool. Great vocals once again, such a catchy song. I really like Nerve. And then you get into Ego and Sidekick. Might as well be one song, but it's that more impressive that it's a transition from one song to the next. Sidekick has the greatest beat 2hollis has ever made on it. I'm not even joking. And Ego just amps you the fuck up. It's a perfect combination. It's a perfect boom, boom, 1-2 punch, and you're just there. The sound's crazy, dude. The yelling. I mean, getting into Sidekick for a 1:15 track. Sidekick sounds like a 3-minute song. Like, you're extremely stimulated throughout listening to it, and that is something with 2hollis' music that I really commend. I really like it. Then you get to Eldest Child. Interesting change of direction. Sounds like something Tizo Touchdown would make. Very sentimental type of track. Pure vocal talent on display. No zoomy instrumentals, just a guitar and a voice. I feel that. I really like that 2hollis did that again. It's very different from other music he has made in the past. He literally should have had Tizo on here though. Very campfire, like Kumbaya-ish. I know that sounds corny, but that's the vibe. And then Safe, to close out the album, continues that kind of momentum a little. Kind of brings some EDM into the mix, but still very vocalistic. Incredible, dude. I love it. Kind of brings you back to some great music, some great eras of pop music and EDM and dance and all that stuff. When like the Chainsmokers were going crazy, it really just takes you back, seriously. Avicii, jeez, bring me back, dude. Great music here. Just like most of my other reviews recently, like I've decided to really do this recently. I've had this album on repeat. Like I listen to it over and over to really just digest what we're getting so I can be more prepared for the videos. Because if I listen to it for the first time and get a first impression, that's not going to be a great review. Music is very subjective and it takes a lot of digestion to really like get it at times. I'm not trying to like force myself to like it by force listening to it. Like genuinely, there were songs that clicked at first and there were songs like, wait, that could be good, and a few more times, and that's just how it was. I mean, is this the greatest album ever? No, but it's one of my favorites that has come out this year. I would say it's up there with Drake and Party Next Door's album as well, of course. first jump out and Playboi Carti's record. I'm a huge fan of refreshing and new music, and EDM isn't new, but as a rap fan, hearing a different genre executed to my liking is going to get a lot of listens out of me. For example, you know, you talk about JPEG Mafia, who a lot of people would say he's kind of like a hip-hop artist at heart, but he makes so many different kinds of music, and that's what I'm kind of starting to see with 2hollis. Now, I'm not trying to compare the two, and I'm not saying that 2hollis could even reach what JPEG Mafia is doing, but it really reminds me, it really has the parallels, like Danny Brown, like all those type of guys. It's just another example. Even what Denzel Curry did to like deviate from normal rap on Melt Your Eyes, I just love moments like that. Lil Yachty made an album that was like alternative rock. Trippie Redd didn't make the greatest rock album in the world, but I definitely appreciated what he did on his rock album. It's so cool. I also just love genre bending. It's such a cool way to fuse two cultures together, and it's such a cool way to kind of present yourself musically. This is awesome. I mean, the rave vibes, really good album. He is a bit corny at times, but I genuinely enjoyed this album. I'm not even just glazing it because everyone on TikTok talks about him and he's like no longer underground. Yeah. The talking at the end of the songs could have been left out for sure, even though this is already like only a 35-minute project. It's a real artist, man, let me tell you. I think 2hollis has one of the brightest futures out of any artist out there, seriously. He's already at 1.2 million monthly listeners. He's probably gained like 400k monthly listeners since dropping this album, so that's like over half of his fan base just added on to what he already has. Just good for the soul. Music's amazing, love the album. In a Fantano style, I'll give it a light 8 out of 10. Light to decent, 8 out of 10. Transition. Did you get? I'm just kidding. Shout out to Fantano, he's the fucking GOAT. I know a lot of people don't agree with some of his takes, but I think he's a great music reviewer, knows what he's talking about, all that stuff. Has interviewed great artists. We'll just leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this album are. Catch you guys in the next video.